whenever you need to influence, because you know the direction that your business needs to go in. You know, as business professionals, you have the expert authority. You have the credibility, right? This strategy, this framework, is just a tool for you to be able to use it in the most influential and persuasive way possible.
Please welcome from Melbourne, Pedro Estrella.
Thank you very much, Craig. And you know, it was funny because coming here to a live event, I was very, very glad to stop worrying about the online side of things. Is my camera on? Is my microphone on? But I guess that was a little bit futile, wasn't it? So I want to ask you a question, right? As business professionals who are clearly relentless in your pursuit, otherwise you would be with your families tonight instead of here with your beautiful faces and us from Speakers Institute Corporate, have you as business professionals ever felt like you have an idea to share? Maybe you have some influence that you know can bring positive change to your business, to your company, maybe even to your family. But you're not quite sure how to position that to the people in your organization. You see, we found that by using the authority communication framework, or what we call the ACF, you can be effective in communicating to every sort of human. Now, with the ACF, we've taught this to hundreds, if not thousands of people way more able than me, like Sam at the back, and maybe Craig as well. So we know that this formula works. And actually, I want to tell you a story, right? I remember a time when I was starting out in sales, as Craig mentioned, and I actually started out when I was 18 years old, knocking on doors, talking to people about solar panels. Okay? So I would knock a door, people would answer. I had my little strategy where I would stand on the side, you know, you don't want to be too confrontational. They would answer the door, and I would pitch them about buying solar panels. What I found is that most people that were doing the same thing I was doing, or doing any sort of influencing or persuading, they go straight to a solution. So imagine this, picture this for a second. Someone knocks on your door. I'm sure you've all got beautiful homes, right? You open the door and they go, "Hi, have you looked into solar?" I've never heard of a quicker way to get a door slammed in your face. You see, I was missing a key ingredient to actually being persuasive and influential. And once I learned the ACF and I implemented this strategy, I was able to then create a business, which is now set to do over $1 million this year in revenue. So what is the ACF? The ACF comes down to a few things. First is addressing the problem. Once I stopped being a product pusher or a solution pusher, and I actually addressed the problem that my audience had, I was able to connect. Next comes the solution. So you provide a problem, and then you bring in your solution and your idea. Next, we have the evidence to back up this solution. Then we have an example or a story. And then we have the detail. Now, what you'll notice is that when I came on stage here today, I actually used this structure to introduce it to you. Have you ever felt, or have you ever wondered, as influential business leaders, how to actually influence and persuade the people within your company, the people within your family or your business to actually go your way? You see, I have found that by using the authority communication framework, that's when we can truly be our most effective. You see, we've thought this framework, or our research shows that You want to bring in something analytical. Like we've taught this framework to thousands of people all over the world. And then you bring in your story or your example, where you're going to be able to connect with the audience on a deeper level. And then once you've done that, you bring in the detail, which may be a call to action of sorts, or you're breaking down, like I'm breaking down the ACF for you here today. So, for example, have you ever felt disconnected from the team within your company? Maybe you felt like in these flexible work environments that we have today due to COVID, you're not able to see and connect with your team as you were before. You see, we have found that by bringing in a sense of belonging to your team, you can truly band together and you can increase your business results. You see, Forbes actually found in 2019 that by having a sense of belonging in your business, it actually increased business performance by 56%. Now, imagine if in your business, everything flowed perfectly well. If the team was working in absolute harmony, and if everything was flowing so smoothly, there was no miscommunications, there was no errors, there was nothing to actually worry about. And I want to share with you today, I went too far ahead. That's something to keep in mind of when you're speaking on stage. Make sure you got the clicker right. And that's where we bring in the detail of the call to action. And that's why today we wanted to speak to you about the authority communication framework, but more than that, because you're all leaders in your industry. You're all relentless in the pursuit of greatness. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here tonight, would you? You'd probably be with your families or with your mom, right? Or you'd probably be with your kids at home. But instead, you're here. So I want to encourage you all to take the ACF with you, and whenever you need to be persuasive, whenever you need to influence, because you know the direction that your business needs to go in. You know, as business professionals, you have the expert authority. You have the credibility, right? This strategy, this framework, is just a tool for you to be able to use it in the most influential and persuasive way possible. Thank you.